What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Issa Monologues channel. First and foremost, y'all, I done finally got me some new glasses and I'm so excited about it. Like, I've had the glasses that I was wearing in every other video. I've had those glasses for 8 years and they were all types of scratched up. So the girl done moved on to some new glasses and they feel like I'm wearing contacts right now. So I'm a little excited about that. I just wanted to share that. But guys, so the videos that I've been making like all week have, if you've been following, have been based off of spirituality, the dark night of the soul, coming out of an emotional crisis, and just coming out of like a negative mindset in general that feels stuck and stagnant, and how to overcome that and start setting goals and accomplishing those goals and essentially changing your life for the better, right? So as I go over the videos, when I watch them afterwards, I start to notice that, like, there's little things that I say that I want to expound on more, but I didn't at the time in the video. So that's kind of what I'm doing with these videos in the order that I've been putting them out. I've been making them every day, and every day I just expound a little bit more on like one of the little things that I said, but that little thing goes a long way when you actually dive a little deeper into it. So today I wanted to get into something that I said earlier this week about the way we talk to ourselves, what we tell ourselves, and what we believe, because this has such power. Like, the words we use and what we tell ourselves and what we believe, there's so much power in that. So whether you believe in the idea or of affirmations and manifestations and all of that stuff, like, whether you believe in it or not, like, this is reality. We can make our reality what we want it to some extent. Okay, we're not about to make the sky well, I don't know, maybe we can make the sky what we want it to be if we all do it collectively and consciously. I don't know. I'm not gonna say what we can and can't do, but I'm just saying, be realistic with this, right? So you can have a goal to do something that right now you may look at and think like, I'll give you an example, okay? So one of the excuses that I would tell myself before I changed my ways was that there was no way that I can make YouTube videos every single day with my daughter. Like, I have a toddler. She takes up like all of my time, right? If you are a stay-at-home parent, or if you're a parent in general, then you know that your kids take up like all your time. And so I was like telling myself that there's no way that I could do a video every day. Like, even when I was, because in the past I've taken hiatuses off of YouTube. I came on at first for my lock journey, was gone for like a year, maybe a year and a half. I came back, I was pregnant, I was on for my pregnancy journey, and then life happened again, I was off again, and now I'm back and mainly talking about spirituality, a little bit of mommy stuff too, because that's a big part of my life. But I say that to say, even then, when I was doing YouTube before, I was not putting out videos every day. Like, I just never felt like it was possible with the schedules that I had then. And so I used to not even think it was possible. Basically, I was like, that's not achievable, an achievable goal, so I'm not even going to set that for myself. But come to find out, it is an achievable goal. I just had to kind of like, first of all, ask for a little bit of help so I could take 15 minutes to record a video. And then with not as much editing as I used to do in my other videos, now I'm a little bit more prepared in my videos. I'm kind of doing them straight through, so it's not taking as much editing time. But even if it did, that editing time I do when I can, which is when she sleeps at night. And I'm now able to put videos out every day, which means it is possible. And I was telling myself that it wasn't, because I guess my mind was just telling me that that was an unachievable goal. So sometimes the things that we look at and we think that we can't do, or it just doesn't seem like it's possible for us, sometimes it takes some steps to get there, and then you can get there. And sometimes, like the example I just gave you, you can do it now, you just aren't doing it now because you don't believe that you can. So what you tell yourself is what you believe, and what you believe, it ends up resulting in the actions that you do and the results that you end up getting. So the point of all this, really, of what I'm saying right now, is that you need to start feeding your subconscious mind, like I've been saying, and telling yourself what you need to hear to propel you forward to do the things that you need to do to accomplish what you want to accomplish, whether that's changing bad habits, which is a great thing to do, or if you actually have like just an actionable goal that you want to set and seeing your way through that, like I said, like making a video every day on YouTube, or whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to do. And so mantras and affirmations, if you're not really that familiar with what that is, they're basically like quotes, right? They're basically like quotes or sentences, things that you say to yourself, you read out loud, you don't have to read them, whatever. It's just like ways that you're talking to yourself, things that you're saying to yourself. And at first you might feel a little silly doing it because you might not believe it yet. Like if you're coming from a place of like low self-esteem or like insecurity in whatever it is that you're trying to upgrade in your life, I don't know if that's the right word, but that's just what came to me. But if you feel like you're trying to level up in a certain area in your life right now, you feel like where you are is a bit inadequate, but you want to change that. First of all, that's great that you've even acknowledged that in the first place, that you are where you are and you're not okay with that, and you want to level up to the next thing and to the next thing and to the next thing. Acknowledge where you are. So I'm not saying to this isn't like imposter syndrome where you you're in denial of where you are and you don't want to admit that no, acknowledge where you are first, but then work your way up to getting where you're trying to get with that. So something that me and one of my good girlfriends do, whenever we're trying to shake a bad habit or we want to change something in our life, when we talk about doing it, like whenever we did it, we would talk about it in a way that it's past tense always. Like we don't claim it as something that we do. We make that seem like that shit was in the past, like, because we're telling our minds essentially that we don't do that anymore. Therefore, if we don't do that, if we're telling our mind that we don't do that anymore, then you'll stop doing it. Like, you have to do this enough though. You have to keep saying it and obviously putting in the work to act on it as well. But then when you start to notice that you aren't doing it anymore, it's true. It becomes true when you start saying like, yeah, I used to be a procrastinator. You know, that kind of thing. So we'll say like, yeah, girl, I used to, like last week or in my past life, or we say stuff like that, because it's like we're not even claiming that anymore. We're not going to say I am this or I do that, because we're not going to keep putting that out there for that to keep coming back into our lives. We don't want that. So, you know, acknowledge where you are first and where you have a problem or something that you're trying to surpass, and then do a little bit of research, see how, like, the actionable things that you can do. I always say that the actionable things that you can do to change those things. But what you're saying as well, like when you're talking to people, say like, I am working on this, like not I want to, not I'm going to, like I am working on this, I am doing these things, and do those things, and you will see progress happen in your life. So like I said, with mantras and affirmations, you might feel a little silly at first when you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you are strong, you are blah, 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 whatever the hell it is that you're trying to do, if you don't feel that way inside. But the more you do it and you try to actually like embrace the things that you're talking about in your real life and try to do those actionable things, you start to see those things play out and you start to believe it. It's crazy the power that it has. But at first you might feel a little weird about it. That's okay. Fake it till you make it, sis, because you'll see that like after a couple weeks or after however long it takes for you to do this, like it will start to improve your life. I just can't get over that, like how much power we have that we don't realize that we have until we actually start to do these things. I feel good. Do y'all feel good? I mean, I've just had like a beautiful day. I just hope I can share that with you guys. Just like, get that, all of that. Like, get all of that. Because I feel good and I just want to share it with everybody. I want everybody to feel good. I just want everybody to feel good. But, so yeah, tell yourself what it is that you need to hear. Don't even play with yourself. Like, I'm serious. Don't even play with yourself and say, I ain't shit. Don't even play with yourself. Because, like, as I've said before, your subconscious mind does not know the difference. So, I used to do that. Like, if a friend of mine would, like, text me and I wouldn't text back until, like, the next time they text me, I would text them back and say something like, damn, my bad, I ain't shit because I didn't text you back or something. But, no, I'm not doing that anymore because I am not shit, but I am the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love myself and I'm not going to treat myself like I don't, for what? Like, for someone else to laugh or something? No, like, this isn't a joke. I'm not a joke. So, you know, you have to treat yourself like that. You have to value yourself. And even when you don't believe it in the beginning, because you might be coming from a place of not valuing yourself as much as you know that you should be, do it until you do. Because fake it till you make it, sis. It will get you there. It will get you there. You can look up some mantras or some affirmations. I'll probably, like I always say, I will link some down below. Some good ones, some really good ones for you guys. There's obviously videos on YouTube. A lot of YouTube stuff has helped me through a lot of these things. So I'll just link whatever I feel is like the best resource for you guys in relation to this video in the description below. But I guess that's just something that I was thinking about today that I wanted to talk a little bit more about from what I was you know, preaching about the other days in the videos, because that's really important. And so of course we want to do the actionable steps always in leveling up and getting out of a darker place and, you know, ending procrastination and all of those things. But it's also important what we're telling ourselves along the way too, because we could be our greatest enemies if we are trying to do the work. And then the minds, I always talk about this mind, because the mind can seriously be like the devil if it's not tamed. So if the mind is telling us that we can't do something, then that is just, it can be so discouraging. And so no, the mind isn't supposed to be telling us what we can do. We're supposed to be telling the mind what we're going to do. Okay, we're in charge. We wear the pants around here. Okay, the pants, the dress, whatever you want to wear, we wear it. We're in charge, and you're in control of your life. Don't forget that. That's important. You are in control of your life, so make it what you want to make it. Okay, so if you found value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Sorry, I was getting a call. If you found value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one.